Good evening, Flesh Wound Radio fans. I'm Daniel Shine, joined by Pugs Dread.
Namaste. What's up?
And Todd Never Rewinds Loya.
It's Todd Team Kaufman Loya.
I was going to defend you. This is the only time I ever scoffed at that man, but we'll get into it.
So we're here tonight to talk about Last Blockbuster, the new documentary that Todd is holding up for you right now. Todd, tell them, what is Last Blockbuster about? Tell the youngins that don't know what a blockbuster is.
We'll get into that part after I read the description.
If they don't live in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah. This is the story of the last remaining blockbuster video in the world. The massive global phenomenon that once had over 9,000 locations is now down to a single store in the small town of Bend, Oregon. And, well, this is that story. So
it is. Do you think they kind of sabotage the Alaska stores just so they can make the dock work?
I think that was a happy coincidence.
They put
happy's a little rough. People lost their jobs.
You know what? I'm going to tell you like this, and God, I hate to pull it, Dan. It's like wrestling with shadows. That when that happened, when the whole Brett Vince, they're like, yeah, we got an ending to this some bitch. So I will tell you that I'm sure the people who made this documentary were very happy with that.
I hear they put COVID on Russell Crowe's jock strap, and that led to the closing. But that's the rumors. I don't know. Yeah. Sandy's hardcore, man. I mean, she doesn't fuck around. There can only be one.
Blockbuster mom. I ain't fucking with her. She seems awesome. I would love to work for her. So I'll start with my favorite job ever was at Blockbuster. My whole plan was to get a franchise and get a Blockbuster and manage it for myself. That got fucked. So I'm glad she's still around doing it. I absolutely adored this documentary. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, but that's my bad because I did love Blockbuster so much. Growing up, I did have mom and pop. I did do that, but I was like Randall. That's like my only Randall in me. Now I want to go to the big one. I want to go to the good one.
I'm gonna argue there was good big mom and pop stores.
Okay, well
they weren't all
by my house was not. I'm like, if you guys hire me, I can turn this bitch around. Because I was informing them, and that's when I'm like, I gotta go. And I'm only 10, 11? You guys suck.
I know this is gonna come up in our video store memories one, but did you work at a corporate or a franchise?
Franchise. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was a franchise, but it was a corporate one.
Okay.
And I'll have a story about that too, because I saved the fucking day. But getting back to the doc, not the biggest Doug Benson fan, but he was awesome in here. I am a gigantic Kevin Smith fan, and he was awesome in here. I'm
a gigantic Lloyd Kaufman fan, and he was fucking awesome in here.
I'm a big Kaufman fan. Todd is a big one for sure, but I scowled at that man, and it was like the only time, and I felt bad. But I understand where he's coming from. We'll get into that later. But yeah, this doc is pretty bad.
Just tell me when I have my Lloyd section, and we'll go.
This doc is fucking awesome. I highly recommend it. And it just made me want to go there so bad. And I hope it smells like Blockbuster. The VHS tapes, that the plastic, that smell. I wish that would be a candle. I'd buy it.
There is some.
Is there really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna look into that. See how
and also, I'm kind of offended. That's video store smell, not Blockbuster smell.
I associate it with Block. Right now we're talking about Blockbuster.
I'm just saying,
because for me, that
Mom Pops has a little bit of in there.
Jesus, fucking dead. 2021 already dropped the fucking first one.
That smell, I recognize first as Music Plus. I'll throw that out there. That was my first big where I recognized. I love everything on these walls. This is amazing. I love the smell. Can I live here? So, and all those feelings came back watching this doc, and I fucking loved it. Yeah. I got no complaints.
How many years did you have again on Blockbuster? How long did you work there?
I didn't even make a year. So it was a couple months. I was brought in seasonal, and then I did so well they kept me. but I didn't. The new guy upsold me, but like when I did leave, because I was gonna come, they like, oh, we'll bring you back next season. I'm like, cool. I'll up my salesman skills, blah blah blah, and get better. They went under, but fuck them. But when I was no longer working there, everyone kept asking for me. Where's that guy? Where's the guy who knew all the answers? Where's that guy who was super nice? They called me back, and I could not go back to work for them for a little bit. I'm like, well, if you guys can wait, I'll totally come. But because like for school, I scheduled some shit and just didn't work out. But then, you know, they went under because they lost me.
Was that the beginning of the closures, or was it just that store?
Just at the beginning.
Okay.
They would have had me. I'm like, hey, we need to get on this fucking the streaming thing. Yeah, the corporate lady loved me, and I because I stood friends with my main supervisor, and he's like, yeah, she was mad at the main guy for letting you go. Like, we had the money. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. There you go. You lost Pugs, and you
look
lost
what
your
happened,
franchise.
dumbass.
Wasn't Netflix. It was losing Pugs. God damn it.
I'm real quick. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah.
that guy is fucking delusional if he doesn't think Netflix is what put the nail in that coffin.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, totally. But you know what? He's also the same guy that would clearly state, we did not kill the mom and pop video stores when they clearly did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
although a lot of mom and pops outlasted them.
Dude, the target aligned and everything went right for that shit to go out, including losing me.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say Blockbuster, the physical locations would have been gone, but there was probably a chance that Blockbuster could have been what Netflix is now.
Oh my God, had they pulled that trigger.
We will talk. Oh, if they would have, yeah.
Yeah,
it's the same case of like all this fucking like print media. They're like, oh, we're not gonna. Yeah, we're fine. Like they think they're too big to fail, and look what happens. Yeah. I'll be honest. Netflix is next on the chopping block. I think they're with losing all their content. They should be a little bit more worried than they probably are.
I don't know about that, dude. Their original content is stellar.
It is.
It is.
I will say that.
And
but is that going to be enough when they lose all their other content?
The Office was a big hit. I'll concede to that because they said as long as they can re-up the rights to The Office, they will never lose it. I do think they'll survive. I'm
going to tell you like this: telling you 15 years ago there will not be Blockbusters anymore. You would think I was telling you some crazy shit. Like me telling you right now, Dan, there will not be theaters in 10 years. You're going to call me crazy. See?
Zero theaters?
No.
It'll be more niche, but
there's not zero video stores either. But it's the same concept.
Well, yeah, but they're pretty close. I mean, we're pretty close at this point to zero. But so yeah, I watching this, it was fascinating for me. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know. I mean, obviously heartbroken at that point when it's like they slowly started to claim, and then it just boom, they were gone. And
I'm sorry, Bugs.
No, well, here's my thing. Sunburst Video, my mom pops. I went to a lot of mom pops, but the reality was, but towards the end, that's all we had.
So
that
Hollywood Video gets a pass.
Hollywood Video.
You know why? Well. And I fucking hate to say it.
I
give them a pass because they picked up unrated shit and they had every fucking trauma thing I ever wanted.
Usually better than Blockbuster. To be
their
honest.
Selection was better if you were into like the odd. If you were in like wanted to deep dive in horror, like we talked in the last one, Blockbuster or Hollywood Video had a much deeper selection.
And good for
but I will also say this, and I am currently speaking of corporate stores. I expected to be like, fuck this, I expected this documentary to be like, fuck this store, I hope it closes. Because it's a franchise store, it still has that mom and pop feel. They were kind of bullied into becoming a Blockbuster too, if you want to get down to it.
Was it Pacific Coast Video?
The Mafia came in.
But
Sandy woke up with like a deer head in her fucking bed.
You're seeing this, this goes.
But yeah, and you know, while I'm talking shit on Blockbuster, I don't think, you know, I'm not happy people lost their jobs, but that sucks. But
I'm in the fuck Hollywood video camp. The one that by my house was awful, and it was fucking terrible. The staff was super rude. It was always dirty, and again, I was like,
you know what?
Clean this shit up.
That's like, you know, I will tell you like this, why I put it over. That's like going to your CD theater or your fucking back in the day. You didn't go and it was all pristine and clean, but you knew they had the good shit there.
They didn't have me, Todd.
And I will give you that I hated both of them because how are you going to charge me like $5 for a fucking rental of a VHS when I go get it for $2 down the street? That was just frustrating.
I my money at the time though.
I don't hate all corporate stores, as you'll find out later in the video store memories, because I will suck the D of a couple others, but they didn't try to kill. They weren't out there to put every other video store out of business. Like Blockbuster pretty much actively wanted every market.
They didn't start off that way, but once that one dude saw, then he started salivating. I'm like, okay, but for me, it would have been fine had it worked out. But
shit.
I do love the fact that everyone's like, "Where'd that guy go?" Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
That the dude that owned 44. I think at that point, I'm going down with the ship. I'm like caradining myself in the adult section, and you can make me a prop. They can come, you know, look at me. I just statue. There you go. That's how I want to go out.
I know I did show this earlier. I got to say, it was kind of cool. Well, first I'll say this. It came from the last Blockbuster.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
From Sandy.
Nice.
She should have autographed it. Or stamped it somehow.
And we got a sticker with a little personalized thing on it too.
Fuck yeah.
So,
oh, nice.
I thought that was cool.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I've actually been to Bend. I can't say for sure whether I've been to this store. It's entirely possible though. And I kind of want to move there now.
As soon as it's safe, or as soon as I feel safe to travel and I have a vacation coming up, I am going to Bend. I'm going to rent a movie from there, hopefully Howard the Duck if they have it, and Batman 89. And I'm going to return it right away because I'm not spending more time there than I need to, but I need to visit the store. And I want a photo with Sandy. So I hope she's working that day.
And you gotta get the video.
I want my card. I want my new card.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
I wonder if I can volunteer and work there for a day. See if I remember all this shit.
It's obviously the same software.
Oh my god! Dude, how dirty were those fucking computers? Poor thing. That was interesting because I guess
she's having to Frankenstein them together to keep him going. Kids don't know what a fucking floppy disk is. I mean,
they make pills for that, Daddy.
And then, you know, I know when Dan got very angry watching when they talked about there was no more porn sections in all these franchise stores. I remember, it's not a video.
Yeah, we're going to get into video because I have something to say about that.
I have a story about that, but I'll save it for. Well, this one's is not too bad. I'll tell it here. There was a person looking for pornography, and I'm like, we don't have that here, sir. The closest thing we do, it'll be in the drama in E. Look for erotic, and hopefully you can find what you're looking for here. Turns out, as a secret shopper, what's one of the times I saved the day. They're like, he handled that so well. I'm like, you're fucking right, I did, motherfucker.
That's awesome. See, you get a sneak peek of the video store memories.
Yeah.
You know what also made me sad? I wanted a picture with fake Jamie Gertz. God damn it! Because that's bullshit.
That's
and then like their one groupie too was awesome too. I forgot his name.
You know, you would have busted that up, Todd. I can see you going in there. It's like, what the fuck? That's not Jamie Gertz.
I would love the fact she's just like, cry, little sister, be well. Just hands it to him. All four people that showed up.
I love the fact that no one knew who the fuck Jamie Gertz was. This is not a Lost Boys town.
Yeah,
but still, you should know Jamie Gertz. Solar Babies. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll talk about that in the sci-fi In Search of Tomorrow.
She says no. They just look up. Hey, you Jamie Gertz.
They hit up Paul Scheer. Hey, you set up that number. See if it works.
They look more like her now. Oh man. But yeah, no, this was a good explaining the rev share situation. Yeah, it was a nice. It's hard to believe, at one point, like $8.4 billion for Blockbuster. But man, I mean, you're the old bastard among us, Todd, but I remember a time when they were everywhere. I mean,
I remember a time when they were nowhere.
Today.
I remember going to Major Video, going back to return the movie, and it was Blockbuster. And I'll tell you the movie if you want to know. It's not really memory, but it was My Stepmother is an Alien.
There you go.
So
I'm actually looking at our backdrop, and I'm like, looks like we got the religious section there because I see Moses.
Wow,
some interesting choices.
Okay,
I do
Moses
see Moses
is right there.
Where the fuck is Moses? Oh, okay. It's in the Western section.
There. I just did some shit with some tablets. Nothing, no big whoop.
What is the one right next to Pugs? I know that cover. It's not Killer
Craft.
I'm pulling it, Dan.
Like right here, Craft.
No, over to your
Craft.
No, over.
I see Candyman 2. Lost.
2 down from the Killer Party. What is that? Killer Nerd. Dan, do you see Killer Nerd? I know we're just looking at the back.
I see Halloween. I don't know which one.
Okay.
Probably 4.
Do you see Lost Highway?
I see Lost Highway.
Okay, you see Killer Nerd next to it, Dan?
Yes.
Okay, you see the one with the teeth, like 2 over the mouth. I know that cover, but I can't place it. The yellowish cover.
Shit.
Is it Killer Tongue? No.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember the original. No, I don't think so.
Well,
I had that.
Now we're just going to look at pictures of videos.
That's going to be like these nerds are talking about what that cover is for the next 50 minutes.
And they go over how cool it is to go into a store and look at the cover. This is an exact example of that shit. If I could speak fucking English, Jesus Christ. This is an exact example. Like, it's tangible. Like, oh shit, this is cool. Let me see the back. Flip it over. Is it heavy? And like,
we'll get to my pet peeves on that shit later.
The mom and pop stores before you had to go to you, Todd, and then they have to deal with your smart ass. Which I do wish I was a part of that world. I did want to work at a mom and pop shop.
I remember how confusing it was too. Because
go search the shit up.
No, to check if they had the movie. Because you're like, well, there's the box, but there's no tape behind it.
Yeah.
So
I've decided there needs to be an apocalypse that takes out all the under 30s and we can bring back all the cool shit. Just take them all away and then,
Is that Children of Men?
Still,
the movie's awesome.
Basically, yeah. We'll spare. Yeah,
and want some children around.
Shut up.
Yes, he's overcompensating.
So
yeah, there won't be a spoiler section tonight. But can we talk about Lloyd yet?
Before we do that, let's talk about Ron Funches and his when he found out they were going out of business and Blockbuster this time was renting games as well because that was a game changer. He's like, I'm gonna rent these fucking 8 GameCube games and not return them. What are they gonna do? I'm like, a lot of people had that mentality. I think I didn't rent games, but I think I did go pick up some movies because like those sales were awesome.
Yeah.
And also Ron Funch is fucking awesome as the voice of King Shark on the Harley Quinn cartoon. And he's a big wrestling fan, Dan, so he's one of you. One of us, really.
Wouldn't it be funny if there's like some small claims court where they go after him for like for doing that? They get that dude with the 44 franchises. I want some King Shark money, bitch.
What about Jamie Kennedy?
Oh yeah.
Being in I had no idea. And what's his ass? The comedian
Jim Gaffigan.
Gaffigan. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hot Pocket.
And then some chick no one remembers.
Yeah.
Bag of Doritos. That's me.
All right. So now let's talk about how Lloyd was being rude in one sentence.
What do you mean he was rude? When was he being rude?
When he was, well, you tell your side first, and then
he gave the same story he's always given about going to there and trying to get product in the store and them treating them like shit. It's what he's always talked about and why he's always been on the fuck Blockbuster kick. Because
because
he doesn't like they treat
no remorse. And look, the Blockbuster I worked at had Citizen Taxi, so I don't know what was going on there.
And you know why? I explained that. What was your Blockbuster?
Oh, the corporate one?
Yours was corporate. But if it had that, it had to be franchise.
No, it was corporate.
Was it an R-rated?
It wasn't R-rated. I know Hollywood Video carried it.
No,
yeah.
Maybe it was towards the end, so they said fuck it.
I have no idea, but I've never.
Yeah.
The only stuff like at the store I went to was the stuff that was left over from before they were taken over. So they still had Toxic Avenger, and well, they did for a while till I got a hold of it. But they still had some stuff. But yeah. So okay. So what was your problem with Lloyd?
We were also a destination location, so we also had like special stuff because like our parking lot, it was just Blockbuster.
Okay.
So I think they actually, now that I think about it, a lot of people did call this our location specifically because we had some like weird shit or extra stuff. Fuck.
I don't know. Maybe they gave your store freedom. I have no idea.
The original manager was cool.
It depended where you went. I mean, I did a lot of traveling across the country. I've been to a lot of Blockbusters, and just like mom and pops, you get some like My Sunburst that was fucking amazing, and then you just get like some shithole rundown one, which sadly is all that's left. But yeah, no, I get it. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of shitting on this doc because it's like it killed the mom and pops, but it's what we had left.
And you know what? And that I'm not going to shit on the doc because it was a great doc, but I mean, I went in with like good riddance. But that last store, I don't want to go under because it is, it may have the name, but it still is at heart is the same spirit of any independent, mom and pop store. I relate to going. I'm not going to get to going to Walmart to have to pick up your new releases for the week. That is very mom and pop.
Mm-hmm. And going to Costco or whatever to get the candies to fill it up.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was I going to say? I lost it. Oh, how fucking... They better renew their fucking contract as long as they stay open.
Yeah.
What
wouldn't you? You're a man.
What is the fucking harm?
Yeah, what is Dish Network fucking...
Yeah.
This does nothing for you. Well, Dish Network fucking sucks right now. And like, they used to be awesome. And the only reason why I got them in the beginning is because they had Monster HD, and now that channel's gone. Wasn't that channel the shit?
I actually had DirecTV and Dish Network for a while just for Monsters HD.
That was the best. I remember seeing them at a Fangoria or one of them, and I'm like, "What is this? Oh, it's just a horror channel? Cool. I'm gonna look into that." And once I got it, I like skipped work for the next 2 days, even though they showed like the same 5 movies 3 times in a row, and then they switched over. The commercials were awesome. The little in between things were awesome. It is the shit.
I still have so much content recorded on there on little fucking old DVD recorder.
We should do an episode on Monsters HD. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go back to why I was mad at Lloyd. It was just that one comment. I just didn't like it because like I'm still in love with Blockbuster. I wanted to succeed, and it was my fucking lifelong plan. But they got fucked. So that's the only time I've ever like scowled my face and like Lloyd, you dick. But I still love him. He can say what the fuck he wants. He's Lloyd motherfucking Kaufman.
Yeah. And he's probably holding a grudge because they treated him like shit. And I don't doubt they did.
Yeah.
No, I get that. What do you think about Kevin Smith and thinking that there's hope for a second life like record
It
stores?
absolutely could happen.
That someday
I agree with all the fucking hipsters and stuff, and like you, Dan, collecting vinyls and stuff. People like that stuff. I don't think it'll be as big as it once was, but there can be specialty shops like in California, up in Santa Monica, Cinephile. I haven't checked on them since the pandemic bullshit, but like they're a store you can go to. They know everything. It's right by the theater where I saw Human Centipede, the new art.
We are hitting both of those.
You will love it. It's fucking awesome.
There now.
But yeah, like, so you can still do that. They still rent stuff. It's just a little expensive. But like, as a hardcore movie fan and like an older movie fan in general, I don't mind giving them money. I live nowhere near there. I have a card. I donate whenever I see, and I'll leave have a tip jar. I'll donate whenever I'm in the area. I subscribe to their email bullshit. Yeah, they're awesome. So yeah, I do think it'd come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think things will go away. People will miss them, and yeah. So hopefully, maybe I shouldn't say kill off all the under 30s then, because
I'm fine with that too.
Just be cool at some point, under 30s. God damn it!
But Kevin Smith always makes me laugh.
I am awesome.
Well, of course, he's one. I mean, he knows. I mean, he still runs a comic book shop, which is,
dude, that motherfucker when he posted that he was
video.
I'm like, are you? Secret Stash is closing. The fucking dickhead. They moved like 7 blocks away. I'm like, oh my god, you're about to give me a heart attack. I never went to the original one. I went to the one in California by UCLA, Brentwood. That was cool.
And Pugs, you can speak to this more than me, but in the pre-2000 superhero revival, I mean, there were a lot of comic stores that were closing or on the verge in the 90s. Yeah. I can remember that. I remember several comic shops shutting down. So
I don't know how some of them survived, because like I got 2 local. Well, again, pandemic, I haven't really been out.
Yeah,
they were shitty. I'll go to Burbank to get to the good one, not a problem. But again, I have that luxury, so the good should rise to the top. And the Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, fucking cream of the crop. I hope to visit visit them when I can.
Yes, we'll make it happen. I don't think that's that far. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've made the drive, but it shouldn't be too far from you guys.
Fucking Oregon. It's kind of far.
Well, long trip, but day trip.
I'm flying there and flying back same day. I got nothing.
It was closer.
Not driving.
I used to live in Richland, Washington.
I'm just gonna do this.
And I want to
fuck y'all. You guys remember this, right?
Yes. I'm still shocked you get those. That's funny.
I get like 1 a month now. I'm like on the verge of canceling the DVD thing. I think I've rented everything they had at this point.
I did. I was one of the assholes. Was like, there for 5 a month or five at a time. Fuck yeah, I want that one.
I started off with 3, then I got up to 5 was the maximum, and I had that until 2019 or early 2020, and then I dropped it down to 3. Then I dropped it down to 2. Then I dropped it. Now I'm at 1 because there's only probably 30 things left in my queue. But I'm still,
that's awesome.
I'm like almost done. Thanks.
This did remind me of like how in like middle school and high school, I'm like, let's just go get some movies and fucking hang out. Like that's all I wanted to do. That was my favorite fucking thing.
Kids don't have.
Now I'm spending fucking 35 minutes trying to pick what I want to watch, going back and forth. Should I watch this or should I watch this?
But you still have the same problem going over there trying to find something to watch. Yeah, I do. I'll pick these are the movies I'm going to watch today, especially now in the pandemic. I'm planning out my week, what movies I want to knock out. So
they were amazed by your number when I was on the Visited by Voices 1 podcast. I told them, and I was like, that can't just be horror movies. And I was like, no, it's all kinds of movies. But yes, that is a legit number that will never be beaten.
He's going to beat it this year.
If the pandemic never ends.
Well, I guess
because what's going to happen is TV shows are going to come back, so I'll start watching those more. Maybe I'll watch that other thing with the guys kicking each other and shit. I don't know at this point. So
by summer you'll be killing again, Todd. You gotta, you use your time well. But yeah, this doc made me feel good.
All right,
it made me feel good.
I'm gonna go first, just so you know. I don't hate Blockbuster. I'm a 5 easy. I love this thing, and I'll give it a little taste. I'm not going to tell the story. When the Blockbuster started closing, there was a few around. I went to the Blockbuster till the day it closed, once every Tuesday. So,
right on time. To rent or buy?
To rent. Nice. And it wasn't super close, but it was close enough to do once a week.
Okay.
So
that's cool. Dan?
I am a 5. Sandy, if things ever don't work out, please marry me. I'm the guy in the hat. You remember me. The good looking one.
I am also a 5 out of 5. This was like an easy call. Like I liked it going in, but yeah.
Any proposals from you, Dan, or Bugs?
No, I'm good. I just want to hug because she's doing the Lord's work by keeping this motherfucker open and running that shop. So she's the shit.
Yeah,
I bow down.
Yeah, I showed you. I supported and bought it. And you know why I bought it though?
No.
Anyone? They released that Lloyd Kaufman clip about before it came out. I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this. If Lloyd's just shitting on Blockbuster, I'm in.
Should I send my hat to be displayed there? Because
you can ask.
Reach out. Know what? I'm going to ask you guys this because we didn't talk about the memorabilia.
Fucking Russell Crowe shit. It's not from Unhinged. I don't care.
But did you see any of the? There was another wall in the back with a bunch of stuff on it. Did you notice anything that was like? I'll just tell you this: if Kruger saw what was hanging in that, he would be very upset and want to rip it down.
Was there a Jeepers Creeper thing hanging on the wall?
There was a Jeepers Creepers 3 autographs, whatever, on the wall. I don't know who autographed it. I hope it was the creeper.
I think who the person it was always hangs out.
I don't know.
Sandy, if you're watching this, take it down. Google the director of Jeepers Creepers 3. We'll just leave it at that.
That's the
only show that we ever had a review. I kind of downplayed her name on it. If you look at the graphic, you barely see it. It's like all clear, yeah. But Dan had to talk about it. Shocker.
There's some other cool names up on there too. I think Kevin Smith was the one. There's a couple scripts and stuff. But yeah, they deserve something better than Russell Crowe. And not to take anything away from Russell Crowe, because Unhinged, fucking love that movie. But yeah, Jamie Kennedy could have been there. He's big on Blockbuster. He's a big part of it.
Why don't they have celebrity fight club after hours at the store? You got fat Russell Crowe fighting Malibu Most Wanted, Jamie Kennedy coming in there.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
I'll rep it.
That. Okay, I'm in now.
That would be awesome.
I like that Doug Benson signed the Super High Me also. And I want to know, does that cover go on the wall and they just do the generic Blockbuster thing where they write the name on the cover?
Or does it get to go because they switch it. They're no longer doing just the Blockbuster clamshells, right? It's
They do those on those ones they're missing covers, I think, they used to do.
Well, this one's gonna have to go missing.
I think you just copy it and throw the generic one in there in the case, not the wall, but yeah.
No, that reminds me. Well, I'll save that for
I know. We're trying to get you aroused to go pay $1 and listen to us to hear it early.
Yes.
So
video store memories.
If you're watching this right now, that means you can go and check it out on Patreon right now. And
it starts just at $1. And there's exclusive content there, like video stories that we're about to tell. And more importantly, uncensored content. We can be dicks. We can be charming. We can be charming dicks. And to find out, just starts at $1. But you can donate as much as you want. So please and thank you for checking that out. And you can follow us across all the social media bullshits. We're on every damn one of those motherfuckers. So please and thank you. And gentlemen, let's make it a blockbuster night and get the hell out of here. What do you say?
We need to go return some videos.
I hope they have Hollywood
Sandy,
hookers.
please keep up the good work. You're the shit.
You turn me around on Blockbuster. Or at least yours.